Hello everyone, this is Ilayda. Today I am hosting Amir in our YouTube channel.
Hi, this is Amir from Clemta. How's it going?
It's great. How about you?
Good. Happy to be here.
Perfect. Today I would like to talk about why an entrepreneur, especially a global entrepreneur, should incorporate in the United States.
Okay, that's a good question. Why everyone wants to incorporate in US?
Of course, there should be several reasons, but we can maybe go over some of them.
Okay, let's go.
So first of all, if you're a tech startup, it is perfect for you to form your US company to attract new investors all around the world. So if you are looking for a fund, or if you are looking for, expanding your business, or if you would like to, introduce your product to global market, then it may be better for you.
I see. But we're talking about two different entities, let's say. We're talking about entrepreneurs and then startups, right? So the ones that have a structure and then the solopreneurs. So what should they do? Because they're completely different, right? Their organization, their formation, and does the same treatment apply to all of them, or should they go different paths?
First of all, they need to decide on state and company type. Depending on whether they are sole entrepreneur or a tech startup, all the answers change. But at the end, generally they find their hub in United States.
I see. But when you say it's based on the states, so it comes to my mind 50 different choices. So how should we choose?
Luckily, there are some states offer incentives for global entrepreneurs. It may be a good start for them.
Okay.
For example, as you know, there are Delaware, Wyoming, Florida, Nevada, sometimes New Mexico. There are some pioneer states that entrepreneurs choose to form and structure their companies. For example, if you are a tech startup, where you should probably choose?
Okay, so when we talk about tech startups, Silicon Valley, San Francisco, California.
It may be a good solution at first, but do you know their annual fees, especially in California?
What is an annual fee?
Once you form your company, every year you need to report your states that you are still operating and you keep your good standing, and you will also operate for the next year. Therefore, you should file your annual report on a yearly basis. For example, in Delaware, the fee for annual report starts from $300, but in California, unfortunately, it starts from $800 per year.
$800 per year. Okay.
If you are rich, it's not a problem. But if you're a new startup, it may be a concern for you.
Yeah, the budget limitations. Yeah, you're right. So no San Francisco, no Silicon Valley?
You can consider it maybe afterwards, maybe after you get an investment. But for now, if you're a new startup, then Delaware may be a good place you go for it.
But let me ask you a question. How come all of these giants, the tech giants, all of them are in San Francisco? But they started from very humble beginnings, right? They started very small. But how come they are located there?
Right now you will be shocked, but mainly they have their headquarters in Delaware and then open their offices in San Francisco or California.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know that. So you're saying most of them, the huge ones, the giants, they're the first based in Delaware?
Yeah, they still need to benefit from tax advantages, incentives. They are still a company.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So everything starts from Delaware?
For a tech startup, yes, generally it is.
So what does this Delaware provide that most of these tech startups start from there?
First of all, it has a very comprehensive legislation about funding, startups, and of course, foreign investors. Therefore, if you have any dispute between an investor and a startup, it is solved by specialized judges in 1 or 2 months. For example, in most of the countries, the general dispute resolution system works in 3 years, 5 years, sometimes 10 years. But in Delaware, you can have the solution and final resolution only in 2 months.
It's very interesting. So, when we talk about the legal system and disputes, so when someone says something, when there's a file, there's a lawsuit or something, I'm always expecting it to last for few years, a decade. But you saying 2 months, you said? That's incredible. How come? How come it's only 2 months?
It can be shocking at first.
Yeah.
But almost all of the startups, especially successful startups, are located in Delaware. Therefore, they're already maybe tons of disputes solved by Delaware judges. So they are very specialized on funding investing processes, and when they have a new dispute, they have lots of precedent and they can directly apply this to the new dispute. So it is also getting better and easier for them to solve the dispute as soon as possible.
I see. So for someone who wants to get an investment, you're saying like Delaware is the right place because they're like specialized courts and judges, so they can like take care of that, right?
Yeah, by the way, these are not only this, advantages of Delaware.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because like not everyone will have like, I don't know, issues with their investors, right?
Definitely. For example, as a tech startup founder, you may have some privacy concerns. You may say that, okay, I want to form my company, but I don't want anyone to see me behind the company. Then Delaware is a great place to form your company. Why is that? When you go for the Delaware's formal website, you can only see the company name, company address, and some registered agent details. But anyone cannot see whether you have this company, whether you manage this company, or any internal details. Therefore, if you have privacy concern, again, Delaware is one of the best states to go.
So you're saying that if we want to do something shady, we should go to Delaware. Is that so?
Not shady, but you may still have some privacy concerns. It can be your personal, preference at all.
What do you mean by this like privacy? So the state's website like publishes your home address or your girlfriend's name or what? So why this privacy thing? So what does it like consist of?
For example, it is the case in Wyoming. When you form your company in Wyoming, I can just search your company name and see, okay, Amir has a company with this name, and here is Amir's personal address, maybe residential address, and personal email address, and any detail, whether which position you hold in the company, or are you a shareholder or not. Everything actually. I can see each detail if you already submit it. But in Delaware, I can only see your company's name, company's address, and registered agent address. That's all.
But let me ask you a question. Up to this point, we've been like talking about the Delaware and the tech startups. But what about entrepreneurs? So it has been like a safe haven for tech startups. I'm talking about Delaware. But how about like its benefits for the entrepreneurs?
For example, one of the main advantages Delaware provides is lower annual fees. For example, in other states, there may be high annual renewal fees or annual report fees. On the other hand, Delaware say that, okay, for LLC, it starts from $300 per year, and for a C Corp, it starts from $400 per year. So it's kind of fixed fee. So generally, entrepreneurs feel themselves comfortable while forming their companies in Delaware, since they know which price they will pay afterwards.
By this annual fee, you mean like annual taxes, or is it something else? What is this fee? I mean, what does it consist of?
It is Delaware's annual return fee. It's called as franchise tax. Yeah, it is called as tax, but it is a fixed fee. So it generally doesn't relate with your company's revenue, income, or any numbers you have. Generally, depends on your company type, you pay a fixed fee, and of course, depending on your shareholder structure, maybe sometimes number of shares, of course, some factors also here, but it has fixed certain fees.
So this franchise fee, or like the state fee that you were talking about, it is something that you pay every year annually to keep your company intact, right? So what happens if you don't pay that amount of money?
In Delaware, if you don't pay it for the consecutive 2 years, your company is administratively dissolved by the state.
So they dissolve it if you don't pay it for 2 consecutive years. Okay.
Yeah, they are very strict with it.
And this is like $300 per year. But based on what you're saying is like in other states, it's much higher than that, right?
Or it can also be lower. For example, until now, we have talked all about Delaware, but Wyoming also provides good solutions for sole entrepreneurs. And for the annual report fee, it starts from $60 per year.
So $60, then Wyoming is like much less than Delaware. Why should an entrepreneur or like solopreneur, why should that person open a company in Delaware?
For privacy concerns, or maybe additionally, even we hadn't chance to talk about it, there is no sales tax in Delaware.
So how about Wyoming?
Wyoming is a great hub for small business owners, freelancers, and even family businesses, since it has lower state fees and maintenance costs comparing to all other states. Besides that, you can form your company in a single day in Wyoming and handle all yearly maintenance so easily and sometimes online. Therefore, it will be better and easier for you to manage your company there.
So let me ask you a question. Let me see if I understood correctly. You're saying that in one day you can form your company in Wyoming, right? So is it with like expedited process or no? You can just like whoever wants to like open their company, they can do it like in one day.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
For example, in Delaware, if you don't expedite the process, the incorporation can take like 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, but of course you can expedite the process by paying some expedite fee for, starting from $100 till $500.
The range for expediting this is like from 100 to 500. Wow.
Yeah, for example, if you pay 100, you can benefit from 1 day or 24-hour expedition. On the other hand, if you pay $500, you can form your company in an hour.
Wow. Good business, Delaware. I'm loving it. So, okay, very well. For family businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, Wyoming, right? So they can start in like 1 day. But what happens after? Are there like any downsides to like choosing Wyoming for like entrepreneurs?
Maybe, as we talked previously, transparency.
Transparency, yeah. It depends.
By the way, there are also solutions to, go over this problem. For example, if you say that, okay, I want to form my company in Wyoming, but I don't want to disclose all my details, then there are also some solutions.
Legal or illegal?
Completely legal.
Okay. Let's continue that.
If you have such a concern, you can always, for example, our clients always can reach us and say that, then we will proceed accordingly. There's always a way to solve this.
So it can be solved, the transparency issue can be solved. And so let me see if I understood it correctly. You're saying that there are 2 types, entrepreneurs or like small businesses, families, and tech startups. Mm-hmm. And you're saying like among the 50 states, there are 2 that are like very specialized on these 2 different kinds of like businesses. Mm-hmm. And you're saying like for IT startups, the IT companies, Delaware is better, and for solopreneurs, for small businesses, Wyoming, right? So this is what you are suggesting. Did I understand correctly?
It is a general structure.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, sometimes entrepreneurs may have different motivations or priorities. In such a case, the answer may change. But it is a general solution and general structure an entrepreneur may follow.
Wow, so it has like so many small details, little details, right? So what should someone do if they have like more questions?
They can reach us every time through our info@clemta.com email or through our website. We have some information forms there, and you can just fill out the forms, and our customer care or sales department will reach you as soon as possible.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I had so many questions. You answered so many of them. And I hope the next time we can talk about like more details and help people in this way. Thank you very much. And thank you.
Have a great day.